Fall cleanup is a regular activity this time of year. It can help to keep things tidy, and it can also set up the garden for next growing season. But did you know that there's a good case for minimizing your cleanup this fall, or even skipping it altogether? So let's talk about some reasons why gardeners should, or maybe shouldn't, clean up the garden this autumn. One area you'll want to be diligent to clean up in the fall is your vegetable garden. My tomatoes and peppers are long gone and are starting to get a bit unsightly as they break down in the cold. But beyond aesthetics, cutting down your summer veg in autumn is a great way to lessen potential pressure from pests and disease for next growing season. In the colder months, most insects, including those that are pests in your garden, will enter what's called diapause. This is a process where development slows down due to unfavorable conditions. Depending on the species, insects can enter diapause in any stage: egg, larva, pupa, or adult. And if given the benefit of protection, they'll set up shop in their favorite veg patch over winter, entering dormancy as they wait for more favorable weather. So being sure to remove the debris of your most pest-prone garden veg will remove that protection, helping to control the pest population. And this is why it can be good practice to rotate your crops if you've noticed any significant pest activity during the previous season. Critters like squash bugs, vine borers, and hornworms will overwinter in the ground underneath the plants they fed on during the summer. So even if you clear the plants in the fall, if you choose the same spot to grow those plants next season, you're giving the pests easy access to those plants as they wake up come spring. Disease is another reason you'll want to clear out your summer veg come autumn. Toward the end of their life cycle, many of our summer favorites will start to show some signs of disease. If you let diseased plants break down where they were planted, you're running the risk of introducing fungal spores and other pathogens to the soil, letting it take hold and giving it a good head start on impacting next season's crop. I find it's really just best to clear the garden of all veg come fall. If you've had a successful season, chances are your tomato plants are upwards of 8 feet tall, so you might want to cut them down into manageable sections rather than trying to handle the entire plant at once. This also gives you the opportunity to do something super beneficial for your garden: leave the roots. Throughout the season, your tomatoes' roots have done great work breaking up the soil and providing a dwelling place for micro and macroorganisms. And unless your plant was devastated by disease during the growing season, I recommend cutting the plant's stem at the soil's surface and letting the roots sit in the bed over winter. This will keep the roots in place, leaving the ecosystem in your bed undisturbed, providing nutrients to your soil as the roots break down, and continuing to feed the beneficial microbes and worms. And when it comes time for you to plant in this bed come spring, chances are there won't be much, if anything, left of these roots. I'll also do this with pepper plants that I'm not overwintering, just cutting at the base and letting the roots continue to feed the soil. And unless I've had a serious issue with pests and disease, I'll let my cucurbits, squash, cucumbers, pumpkins, and melons stay put, breaking down over the winter, creating natural compost in the spaces where they grew. My cold weather crops are still hanging on, so I'm not going to do anything with them just yet. But I'll also cut them off at the base as I harvest, allowing the roots to stay in place over the winter. One crop I'll let hang out untrimmed longer than all the other veg in my garden is asparagus. I want to make sure my asparagus spears next spring are nice and fat, and the best way to do this is to make sure the ferns get a chance to push as much energy as possible down into the crowns before being cleared. You know it's time once the plants are completely brown. So I'll get bundled up and come out into my garden sometime in December or maybe even January to cut my asparagus down to the ground. But boy, is it worth it. When it comes to cleaning up annuals and perennials in autumn, my recommendation is this: don't. Leaving your plants where they grew is a great way to encourage beneficial pollinators to take up shop and overwinter in your garden. Some insects even lay their eggs in dead plant material, so if you clear out that material, you're also going to be clearing out the eggs along with it. Fireflies are a great example. Removing plant material from your beds also removes the winter home for these little guys. If you regularly cut back your garden in the fall, consider letting it sit over winter and not clearing it until the spring. If you do, I bet you'll notice more fireflies in your yard next summer. While some butterflies like monarchs migrate south for the winter, there are plenty of butterfly species that'll stay put and will greatly appreciate you letting them pupate in your garden over winter. plant debris is also a great leaf catcher. If you leave your plants during autumn, they'll protect the leaves from wind, keeping them in place, allowing them to serve as a natural insulator for your perennials. Many gardeners will walk their gardens and remove the spent flowers from plants, giving their bed a nice, tidy appearance. And this is fine if you want to save some seeds for sowing next year. I definitely make sure to get some zinnia seeds from my flowers every year so I can grow more next season. I also harvest perennial seeds like these cone flowers so I can establish more spots in my garden with these gorgeous flowers that pollinators love. But the majority of flower seed heads in my garden stay on the plants. Why? Free bird seed. While some birds migrate, a good bit of them stick around over the winter. And if I leave the seeds on my rudbeckia, daisies, coneflower, and anise hyssop, the birds will have an absolute buffet that they can enjoy in the garden over winter to keep them sustained. They'll also help spread seeds in the bed, giving you more flowers for next year. I also think leaving the plants over winter provides a nice backdrop to any garden, rather than just having bare space where plants used to be. Leave your plants to house beneficial bugs, feed birds, and provide visual interest in the dead of winter. One of the things I started doing years ago and have never looked back is finding a way to put my autumn leaves to good use. A contraction of the Middle English expression fall of the leaf, deciduous tree leaves turning vibrant reds, oranges, and yellows before falling to the ground is the surest sign that fall has arrived. But for some reason, whether it's the look of tidiness, keeping up with the Joneses, or something far more nefarious like homeowners associations, it's become standard in autumn for people to rake, blow, or otherwise collect fallen leaves onto the parkway for disposal. But leaving the leaves in garden beds or in parts of your lawn is a great way to protect beneficial insects and other wildlife that depend on the insulation from the leaves over winter to survive the cold. Swallowtails and other butterflies will camp out in leaf piles during the winter months. Some amphibians, like spring peepers, will enter brumation, a sort of hibernation, by nestling themselves into the top layer of soil. And letting leaves remain to help insulate these little guys will help ensure that they wake up come springtime. If you're worried about leaves smothering your lawn, that'll only happen with super thick leaf piles covering the turf. Some thin coverage won't hurt things. And if you have a lot of leaves in a particular area, consider raking them to spread them out to different parts of your lawn or garden that could benefit from them. Or go ahead and gather leaves and put them in a shady, out-of-the-way location in your garden. Pile these high, give them some water, and turn them once a month or so. By next year, you'll be able to dig to the bottom of the pile and find that the leaves have decomposed into a rich, compost-like material. This material is called leaf mold, and it's nature's best soil conditioner. Mix leaf mold into garden beds and containers to help with soil structure and water retention. Spread it as a mulch on top of your beds, or use it as part of your seed starting mix for next year's crops. So other than clearing your veggies, consider limiting your fall cleanup this year. Let your annuals and perennials stay where they are, protecting and feeding wildlife. Leave the leaves, or at least use them for good, and don't just set them onto the street for collection. It might feel lazy at first, foregoing the tasks you become accustomed to in the garden every fall. But give it a shot. Embrace the laziness and enjoy the cool, crisp autumn air ahead of the chill of winter. Happy growing!